Islamic microfinance is becoming an increasingly popular mechanism for poverty alleviation, especially for developing countries around the world. This microfinance service adheres to the principles of Islam as a form of social responsibility. Yonna Islamic Microfinance is the Islamic microfinance of choice in the Gambia, trustworthy and reliable. At Yonna Islamic Microfinance, we provide savings products, current accounts, financing products in conformity with Islam. In addition, Yonna Islamic Microfinance also offers local and international remittances, takaful fund, management of zakat, management of awqaf, trading and investment, and building of strategic partnerships to bring financial services to the doorstep of the poor with donor projects, madrasas, youth organizations, women groups, and farmer organizations. Make a choice with Yonna Islamic Microfinance today. For more information on Yonna Islamic Microfinance, call 377-2151 or 9832-151 or visit Yonna head office at Tipa Garage, Bakote, or visit any Yonna branch located countrywide near you.
Brother Kendall, how do you solar lampol make it slow? Kenda Manila for solar enterprise. For the Mungul and Yimbanko can get to it.
Sumanu baro, Unjurunko, Ikonga Faleko, Namu Badabanta, Bila Blazola, and Yagambia Vino, Amira Solar Enter, Nasola Enterprise. Solar Nimbati can do, Kuran, Deda Sala, Aboros in Enamo, Kagis and Odila, Amira Solar Enter, Nasola Enter, Nasola Enterprise. Ah, Jaliwo, Solar can desato, Jaliman Fofina, O Solar can desato. Na enterprise, Sumanu baro, Unjurunko.
Media in terms of, exposing our local league players to the international scene. This is a groundbreaking, as it states on it's a groundbreaking broadcasting agreement between the Gambia Football Federation and FIFA. Details of which I will allow the people, especially Babukar, who is the lead, he will be the lead focal person. If you like, call him the project manager. To give us the background of this program, and then the president of the federation would also officially launch it and make a statement, and then after that we would allow a few questions which will be moderated by our own BB, and then we will close the program. So that is basically my role here. Is very limited. I'm your MC, Master of Ceremonies. And then saying that, or that being said, I take this opportunity to welcome Babukar Kamara, the Communications Director, to make a statement. I must say this here publicly, Babukar has done a lot of work in this. Before we get to this stage, a lot of work has been done at the background, and really I would want to take this opportunity to thank him and challenge him that it is also his role to ensure that this project works, on behalf of the Football Federation. And then, of course, the intended beneficiaries also get some benefit from it in terms of not just monetary, but also the exposure. You know that now we are a small country, but we are not very small in football now, especially in Africa. Just coming from our heroes performance at the just ended AFCON. Inshallah, I am seeing us in the 2023 as well. All goes well, inshallah. Mr. Kamara, the floor is yours.
Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen from the press. Good afternoon to the President of the Gambia Football Federation, Mr. Lamin Kababajo. And thank you very much, General Secretary, for those very wonderful and eloquent remarks, as always. Today, we are gathered here to formally announce the signing and the launching of a groundbreaking event in the history of Gambian football. This is groundbreaking in the sense that we have all witnessed the remarkable strides in football development in the Gambia, especially in the past 7 years, culminating with our first ever appearance to the African Cup of Nations. And, but then, when you come to our domestic league also, I think we all agree that the level of interest and competition in the domestic league is at an all-time high. And we are very much aware that there are clubs who engage media houses to broadcast their games for them, sometimes at the expense of these clubs. And when you know sports is a multi-million-dollar industry. In fact, I'll call it a multi-billion-dollar industry. The actors of sports are meant to benefit in many, many ways. And key among them is sports broadcasting. That is where the revenue is. So to have an official partner to broadcast our domestic first division male and female leagues at no expense to the clubs, I think this is a welcome development and is going to contribute immensely towards the development of those clubs. They are not going to pay money, but in return, they are expected to generate revenue. This is very, very, very important. The President will give a statement where he will go more into the details of this agreement that we have just signed, which is going to last until the end of the 2026 season. It is going to start this year until the end of the 2026 season. And like I mentioned earlier, it is for the men and women first division leagues. And from next year, I think we will have all our domestic first division male and female matches on television through what is called IPTV, Internet Protocol Television. Of course, that is the new norm when it comes to sports broadcasting. And the partners, have already identified a local partner in iAfrica, which is going to serve as the host, the local host, and will be sharing the feeds with the partners to distribute it to their through their various platforms. And the company is 11 Sports. 11 Sports, I mean, for those of you who are following European football, you know that 11 Sports is no small brand in terms of sports broadcasting. I mean, this is a brand that broadcasts the Spanish Primera Liga, the Italian Serie A, the Liga NOS, and even the UEFA Champions League. So you can tell that, I mean, this is no small achievement, and it's no small feat. And for us, and I think there is no word that can describe this. Its importance cannot be overemphasized. There are many benefits other than the revenue that the clubs are supposed to get, because this is also going to expose these clubs to a global audience where our players would be watched by millions of viewers across the globe. And this can only be positive. You know, those players who are exposed outside there are people, scouts, clubs, agents who will be watching them, who may not have the opportunity to come to Gambia and watch these players. Then there'll be no struggle of having to film a player's highlights and send to these agents. They'll be watching them, and then this can only lead to more professional contracts, and that can only contribute to the socio-economic development of the Gambia. I mean, those Gambians who are playing outside, their contribution to the economic development of this country cannot be overemphasized. We all know that. You know, and at the same time, those players who are even playing in the domestic league, then they can become celebrity figures because they'll be on television week in, week out. They'll become celebrity figures, and then they can even get local endorsements to advertise for brands. That is also an added income for them. But equally, the clubs also can benefit, and part of that benefit can be plowed back into the overall growth of the game through development of facilities. You know, I mean, players getting properly rewarded for the game, the profession that they have decided to venture into. So, of course, there will be a question and answer session, and if any clarification is needed, we will be here. But for now, this is what I have to say. MC, it's back to you, and thank you.
And then success is, you know, Sandong normally tell me this. He said success does not come through the lift. You have to go through the stairs, through the steps. And I can tell you all the achievements that we have been registering, these were deliberate actions, which means hard work has been put into these things for us to achieve. And really, we have to thank the president and then the president and his team for really lifting our football. I always say this everywhere, and I will continue to say it. You know, even qualifying for AFCON alone was something, and going to AFCON and getting to the quarterfinals really is historic. We should celebrate our football. Some of us can tell you a little bit history. We've been there in and out, and what you used to obtain. That's why this project, for me, I'm so passionate about it, because now here is a situation like Babukar emphasized, where local players will be watched internationally. And I don't know whether journalists, whether you care to find out how many, I'll challenge you for you to go and do your research and know how many Gambian international players are playing in professional leagues abroad. That's a challenge. But I can tell you that it's quite a number, you know, it's in the hundreds. So, which means if we are exporting players from our league, we don't have to ask anybody. That means our factory is good, because they are not going to buy into players that are not good products. So we should also promote our league. We should also try to sell. Babukar touched on one thing which is very important, that football is now a business. It's more than a pleasure, you know, and then it brings a lot of foreign exchange in this country. There are people who have more hopes in football than in the government right now. They think they have chances of making it, being a player, than maybe having a job to work here. So you are key, journalists. You are very key in this, sport journalists, to promote our league so that it becomes attractive to the outsiders, and so that our brothers and our sisters can get into that. Mr. President, all of these good things happen under your watch, and then congratulations. This is another groundbreaking, I'm always happy, you know, to chair ceremonies where this is the first of this kind and so forth. So thank you, Mr. President, and keep it up. Huh? Yeah. The floor is.
Thank you very much, General Secretary and the Master of Ceremonies. My colleague, Senabu Cham, Jay, ESCO member, the General Secretary and staff, directors, and other staff of the GFF present here, our dear sister, Aret, member of the GFF Women's Football Committee, Association Committee, distinguished members of the press, good afternoon. First of all, let me welcome you once again to your house, the football house, where we all belong. And I also thank you very much for answering to our call at such a short notice and in your good numbers. But when I opened the door and I saw the number of mics and recorders and cameras, I said, wow, we can only say thank you to all of you. Because whether you are here or not, in the next couple of hours or if not minutes, any of you can capture what's the proceedings in this hall at no cost. But taking the trouble of trekking to Football House and then to cover this occasion really is commendable and very appreciative. Whilst I welcome you, thank you once again, I welcome you to this, also repeat, groundbreaking event in the form of the broadcast agreement that the Gambia Football Federation has signed with FIFA a couple of days ago. In this, we'll see the broadcast, as mentioned by director of our domestic league, male and female force and division, that will broadcast across the globe. As we are all aware, football in the Gambia in general and the domestic league in particular has seen remarkable improvements over the years, especially from 2014 to date, when we first eliminated the payment of annual registration fee by clubs at all categories, first and second divisions. In 2014, that has never happened. In addition to that, there are incremental support to clubs by way of preparations for the leagues and also by way of subsidizing transportation. And this has been incremental. 2014 up to date has been increased, among other things that the current leadership of GFF is able to do for clubs in order to improve and enhance their participation in the leagues. As equally, you are aware that in the past few years, the league has been run 100% by the Gambia Football Federation without any sponsorship. I think we are among the few federations or countries where the national leagues or the domestic leagues are solely and wholly financed by the federation without any form of sponsorship. We've been trying, but yet it has eluded us. And equally, in addition to the general organization of the leagues, we also have been consistent in increasing the prize monies for the various categories of the leagues over the years. And we have also seen the interest attached to the domestic leagues with a few online media houses broadcasting the league, including our own in-house GFF media. This has also remarkably contributed positively to the growth and development of the game in the country. However, having an official broadcast partner that can in turn generate revenue for the league and clubs until today has remained our utmost priority. This is now a thing of the past. As I sit before you here today to announce that we have signed a broadcast deal with FIFA beginning the current season until the end of 2026 season to broadcast the aforementioned or the aforesaid leagues throughout this new initiative of FIFA Plus. The Global Football Governing Body last month launched the FIFA Plus project, I'm sure you are all aware of it, which is a world-class digital platform created to connect football fans across the globe more deeply with the game they love for free. It will provide access to live football matches, interactive games, news, tournament information, groundbreaking, unrivaled video content delivery, truly global storytelling around the men's and women's games, and much more. The broadcast partner for this project is called 11 Sports, as already mentioned by the director, and they have in turn contracted Africa TV, our own domestic television broadcast producer, Africa TV. I'm sure you are around. We congratulate you on this, and congratulate. Could any of the media houses could equally serve this purpose, but it can only be given to one. It's business. But the most important aspect of it, before we've seen similar production being outsourced to foreign media houses across our boundaries. but this time it's our own. That's been contracted. As I said, it's a lot of achievement, not only for Africa TV, but for us as a country, and especially the media fraternity. I think the Africa TV plus the Gambian media deserve a round of applause for this. As part of the project, they will now do broadcasting all the matches in our men and women First Division leagues from the next season. The broadcast will still begin with some selected matches in this campaign and will be offered through IPTV, our Internet Protocol Television Service, otherwise known as live streaming. The agreement means they have exclusive rights licensed to the competitions, but because this agreement is happening almost in the middle of the season, those clubs and online platforms that are currently streaming the league will be allowed to broadcast them until the end of the current season. However, from next season, no third party would be allowed to transmit any form of coverage, either in part or whole, via IPTV, internet, or mobile transmission until the end of the licensing period. I must interject that unless a special waiver or agreement is reached with the contracting party, because anything is possible. But however, we will formally write to all clubs to that effect. This event is happening. This project is happening at no cost to GFF. 11 Sports will provide all the technical aspects of broadcast. The project is developed by FIFA to help those member associations whose leagues are in on television by broadcasting them, and at the same time look to generate revenue through merchandising and advertisement to be shared amongst all the parties, including GFF. The Gambia Football Federation will receive 20% of the revenue, anticipated revenue to be accrued or generated in the process. The agreement will avail us the opportunity to have our domestic league broadcast to a global audience, with the revenue generated to be plowed back into football development, especially increasing the federation's financial support to the clubs. We mean the clubs will not be left out. Whatever is earned from it, certainly a good chunk of it will get back to the clubs to help them also improve. We all know that our clubs are in dire need of revenue, and I'm pleased to announce that the revenue generated for this will be shared proportionately amongst the participating clubs. The system and the mechanism to be used will be shared with clubs in due course. The project is expected to have a positive impact on our football because it will offer a global platform for our leagues to be watched by millions of viewers across the globe, expose our players to global sports markets, which can in turn lead to professional contracts. The revenue generated can also be used by the clubs to develop their own facilities, pay their players better wages, their technicians, and amongst others. Another opportunity is for the players to use the broad reach of television to become celebrities that can generate them income through advertising other products and services, as already alluded to by the director. Also, it will relieve clubs the burden of recording their own matches for purposes of records and marketing of players, as the videos of matches will be accessible to them for their needs. I want to say now, we are all struggling. I'm a club owner. We're all struggling to hire a camera person or videographer to take videos of matches at least at some cost. But now you don't need that. You can access these as soon as the broadcasts are available for the whole world, so you can take the clips or the bits that you need for your own marketing purposes, so you don't have that product. While assuring you of our determination not to relent in our drive to continue on the course of unprecedented football development in the country, I kindly indulge the continued support and cooperation of all in this endeavor. And then, I'm pleased and very proud to announce that we at the GFF are among the first federation or country on the continent of Africa to sign this contract after meeting all the requirements and after full successful discussions and negotiations with FIFA and its broadcast partner. So I want to inform you of this. At this juncture, ladies and gentlemen, I have the singular honor to declare launched the GFF FIFA Plus project in the Gambia, and I wish you well, and thank you for coming.
Thank you very much.
I think it's in the benefit of the media, the clubs, and football at large. Because those who are going to broadcast the football matches will not have the local expertise. And the media will be there to work with them, and they will have to benefit financially. The same as the clubs whose matches are going to be broadcast. They will have certain percentage that they will benefit. And it's good for our clubs, because our clubs now will have an international audience to showcase their players, whereby now most agents and scouts look at full football matches. They don't need to come to the Gambia. They just sit down in the convenience of their home, watch football matches, and then look at any player and scout the player. So those are the three benefits, among the three benefits that all of us can derive from. So the media, don't worry about it. All of you will benefit, and the media have to be ready. You must have the capacity, you must have the expertise. Without that, it's difficult for them to work with you. And moving on, as we move in our football to a higher level, we should know that football is not free. Anywhere you go in the world, if you want to comment a match, you have to pay. If you want to show a match, you have to pay. Those are things that happens in football, but we are not at that level yet. We are an amateur league. And moving to a professional league, the professional teams will look at it differently. What we are starting now will move on to our professional league. And for the media to able to even comment a professional match, they must have to pay. So these are things that are started now, and it's for the media to prepare for it. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Love like fire. Wow. Love like fire. Xam ngeen rek affaire bi xam ngeen fan la? Skincare la. 2020 lañ wax de. Waaw. Fii nag mooy Kerr fan, Kerr zero tache. Perfect skin. Skincare saa su ne rek niñ ko dee defee rek. Loo lañ soxlaati rek. Maanaam bu dee am problème ci seen skin, yéen xam ngeen fan la. Fii ngeen di ñëw. Suma xarit yeeg am di jàmm yi nga xam ne taas daf lañ sonaloon, xam nga doon xeesal bel la ka xum. Éneew ma lañ ko nag waaye just in case comme ni ko gars yi di waxee rek en cas just in case loolu xew xam ngeen fi ngeen di ñëw skincare plus si yu baax rek la ñoo dox nag ay baax rek fu ne la ñoo dem ci réew mi di lañ indi rek nag products yu baax du Paris du Italie du USA du fi mu nekk nii sax boole nañ ci nag Sweden fu nekk lañ leen a indi les products bu dee tamit nag da nga ñuul rek ñu lay jamaa natural beauty that melanin dripping we do have stuff for you as well. Emuñ ci skincare products rek ñu ngi ci cuub yi tamit fu ne la ñoo jaar in fact sax last commercial bi ñu defoon waxuñ leen woon ne dañoo dox ci ay kawar 9A grade rek nag waaw we do have bundles as well hair si lu ne la ñoo dox ñun ñu ngi ci rafetal jigéen rek luy taaral jigéen rek waaw boo leen di tukki tamit bëggoon that classic suitcase ñu dañoo dox ci ay Samsonite duñ dee indi any brand of suitcases though other than Samsonite comme li ma dee wax rek boo eggee airport dëri Samsonite dafa am nuñ laa xoolee waaw ngeen ne lan nag waaw skin ci moom la ñu gën a xamee nag skin care products ci moom la ñu gën a xamee ñu ngi dox tamit benn tey tamit si ay dàlla man waaye man nag skin care mooy suma specialty xam nga rek jigéen bu sa xar kanam réglé loo def mu jag am nañ Patricia Reiner Kiwi Eye the whole range Lighten Up Gold Tomatine I mean the list can just go on and on and on and on lépp loo xam ne rek luy taaral jigéen la ci yooyu rek la ñoo dox skin care plus nag emuñ si Gambia rek ñu ngi United States ñu ngi Gambia fii ba pare bu dee yaa ngi anywhere in Europe mun nañ la ko mail within 3 days rek ñetti fan rek nga jot say diw emuñ si loolu rek dañ laa consult tamit balaa ñu laa jaay diw dinañ def a free consultation pour wax la rek exactly li nga xam ne moo méngoo ak sa kanam dinañ leen wax tamit ne rek am nañ perfumes, fragrances, men's shirts, accessories. We do dresses as well. We do blouses. We do shoes. Name it, we do them. Skincare Plus 2020 is our year of perfection. Zero tasks. Fi mu nekk nii réew mi fii kenn waratu fi defee task kenn waratu fi am problème kanam kenn waratu fi am problème yu picca boo ko amee dafa fekk ne rek ñëwuloo ci place bi fii.
Love like fire. Bring my yoba gumba fire. Love like fire.
Agada.
Mbijan aganyani.
Albaka.
Mbaka important.
Yo, nga transfer la sto.
Ya transfer la sto.
Ha, code nyenje.
Okay. What's that? Nsila ID soto.
Ah, saso. Sorry. Agada.
Mbijan bro.
Albaka.
Mbaka.
Bara alla service o tariaka.
Ah,
mbare. Mo ki janna nun kunu bara tariaka.
Jannom Yonna Forest de Bureau. Gambia tonkon na no mbari ya bere. Birin koyna fo kato.
Bari si kodo kino kato ni fo bolong blabe.
56 branches mola soto Gambia ja.
Ha?
Gambia kono ani Gambia bantala bankol. Nko kodo kiya bere. Kodo sifa fo falindiro fo nyaadi lafta memmen na kodi to poto nin kodi maraw. Jannom number 1 ti nyonta. Andum fana nata anoda enterprise sotale. Wolam nyindi ko domorol fana kol fana be firale de dadi man domorol ni fana beteat. Gambia dawda yalo ngam fa kendol sotale je.
Wo moyo diat.
Apelenta
baraka. Ni wakani na lafta nyelen kendol e bina.
Yalo bukani la ko la baraka ba.
Yalo ndel chosano lo.
Baraka.
We live in a day and age where technology is creating a world without borders, filled with unlimited potential to improve the lives of the people around us. Innovarex Global Health ushers in a new way of leveling the playing field with increased access to quality healthcare services delivered at your doorstep. Our qualified professionals are equipped with state-of-the-art point-of-care testing technology to conduct tests such as kidney function, liver function, electrolyte tests, body composition, hemoglobin, A1C, and many more services with the highest efficiency in delivering results. The addition to our flagship Wellness on Wheels, more fondly known as WOW Delivery Service, brings the entire clinical experience full circle. IGH has remained committed to creating the future of healthcare delivery. Gone are the days of sending loved ones outside the country for basic medical services. Innovarex Global Health offers a new peace of mind and takes pride in delivering the quality of care we all deserve.